pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Meeting called to order.
This one will be the one that we sign
Okay.
and post.
Okay, Diana, would you read last month's minutes for us?
Yes, town council meeting minutes from Monday, February 23rd, 2026, 7:00 p.m. Town council president Andy Swain opened the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance, and board members in attendance, President Andy Swain, council members Bill Barber, Clerk Treasurer Diana Johnson, Street Commissioner Wally Hines. Town residents in attendance, Jim Fisher. November 2025 minutes read. President Andy Swain made motion to approve November minutes. Bill Barber seconded the motions. Motions carried in favor of approving November 2025 minutes. November, December 2025, and January 2026 claim vouchers presented for review of payment. Vouchers 70 through 92 for 2025 and 1 through 7, 2026 reviewed. President Andy Swain made motion accepting vouchers for payment. Bill Barber seconded the motion. Motion carried in favor of payment of November, December, and January vouchers. Committee report, Wally Althouse, no current updates. Planning Commission, Byron Bloom, not in attendance. BZA, Sandy Casey, not in attendance. Spring Lake Men's Club, not in attendance. Old Business, kitchen remodel, basement updates, signage entrance to lake, new benches and playground equipment, dam updates, playground updates, bridge painting, flagpole, community building lighting updates, basement updates, substitute candidates for BZA and Planning Commission, all tabled currently. New business, annual pay ordinance, number 1. Number 2, nepotism contracting policy. Number 3, uniform conflict of interest disclosure. Number 4, street commissioner acknowledgement of duties. 5, personal policy disclosure. Public comments, Jim Fisher concerns regarding proposed park west of town. Statement, no other business presented to town council. Next town council meeting scheduled for Monday, March 23rd, 2026, 7:00 p.m. With no more new business, President Andy Swain motion to adjourn the meeting. Bill Barber second motion to adjourn the meeting. Motion carried. Meeting adjourned.
Any additions or corrections other than the date of the first sentence?
That's all I saw. Bridge painting.
Bridge painting.
Bridge,
The arch.
white bridge. Okay, motion to approve the minutes as marked up. Second. Okay. Thank you.
You said, yeah, you
I
did.
marked
And then I'll change it and send it. I'm just not getting it.
I was going to wear a t-shirt too. I was like, so hot yesterday.
So,
Oh, I know. And that pressure came right in.
Okay, treasurer's report.
okay, here we go. Let's do this. General fund, beginning balance, $323,305.25. We received $3,918.82. We dispersed $1,208.39 with an ending balance of $326,015.68. MVH fund, beginning balance $49,214.72. We received $712.32. We dispersed $1,990, leaving an ending balance of $47,937.04. MVH fund, beginning balance $31,704.40. We received $379.41, with no disbursements, leaving the ending balance of $32,083.81. LIT Public Safety Fund, beginning balance is $52,921.51. We received $532.09 with no disbursements, leaving an ending balance of $53,253.60. LRS Fund, beginning balance $24,470.71. We received $499.14. We dispersed zero, leaving an ending balance of $24,972.85. CCI Fund, beginning and ending balance the same, with no receivables or disbursements of $5,552.61. CCD Fund, beginning and ending balance the same, with no receivables or disbursements of $10,106.67. Business Development Fund, beginning and ending balance the same, with no receivables or disbursements of $195.86. Rainy Day Fund, beginning and ending balance the same, with no receivables or disbursements of $81,439.92. CDET Fund, beginning and ending balance is beginning balance is $21,736.63. We received $296.50 with no disbursements, leaving the ending balance at $22,033.13. American CARES Act, beginning and ending balance the same, with no receivables or disbursements of $7,380.42. Community Crossing Grant, beginning and ending balance with no receivables or disbursements of $105,202.12. We had one outstanding check, and we have a total of $716,473.70.
Any additions, corrections to the treasurer's report? Make a motion to approve.
Second. Did you print these all in color? Yeah, you did.
Okay, bills of communication.
Yes, so we have to do communication. Here's Community Foundation. Community Foundation, treasurer, I think these are the same, so I'm gonna share the love. Andy, this is for you. Thank you. I think that might be the same. Bill, I brought this for you. And here's some more of this. This is for you, Randy.
You might need to call them and let them know that you're having this.
That's
That's Ms.
Liz, that's okay.
Yeah, this is okay.
That's what you say when you don't know.
Oh, gotcha. Well,
I mean,
it's always ma'am. I've always said ma'am if I don't know.
But you know it's a female.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Any, no bills tonight?
No, I got it.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, let's do the bills.
7, ready?
Ready?
8, Brandon Morlock, $150. Voice Systems, this is for office forms, our little vouchers and receipt books. B. Feedy, for plowing roads, $1,990. Duke Energy, $190.93. Diana Johnson for Microsoft, $99.99. Veterans Center Point Energy, $137.31. And Duke Energy, $137.82.
Yes, it's crazy.
Yeah,
Yes. I'm so mad it didn't fill up.
Yeah.
I need to fill up, I was gonna do it later. I didn't. You always do it when you see it.
Why does it always go up when grass cutting season starts?
So Diana, this
Marketing.
is the tax. $99.99, it says you paid $6.99.
That's what tax. Yes, we don't pay tax.
Oh, okay. So this isn't.
I ate the tax.
Oh,
Well, so let me tell you a story about this. A couple times I've been reimbursed for that, and then we've gone a period of 4 years, and I did not. I just thought that it was hitting my account with Microsoft, thinking the kids had done something for their systems. Well, I didn't realize the email was going to David's account, and he just told me like 2 weeks ago, like when I'm saying, man, I don't know why I'm being charged for Microsoft now. He was getting the receipts. It was hitting my account.
I thought it was my solar panel.
Yeah, so, well, here we go.
you can reimburse you the tax.
Not the tax. For 4 years, it's been charging $99.99, and I just been letting it go because I thought it was one of the kids' accounts. It was hitting my banking account, but the receipt was going to David, so I wasn't putting the two together. And so what stopped it was my card expired.
So it didn't auto.
It didn't auto renew, yep.
Okay.
Hey, Tony?
Well, thank you for all that. Microsoft did. Okay, committee reports. I didn't, Byron sent something, maybe more than a week ago.
He did.
Anyway, Sandy, do you have something from BZA?
Nothing exciting, I just come to find out we hadn't decided anything for the alternate.
Alternates? I don't think we do.
Tony's all good.
There you
All in
go.
favor, say aye.
We could really,
It would be much appreciated.
so the BZA, the Board of Zoning and Appeals, Sandy's our representative. They meet monthly, and you get paid for the meeting, you get paid to attend the meeting for the county. The meetings are in the evening. They're
6:30.
Tuesdays?
No, Thursday.
Oh, Thursdays, okay, I get them confused. Thursdays, 6:30, it's usually the third, I think it's usually the third Thursday
Usually,
of the month.
yeah.
They would like, so you may have read in the last year or so in the Reporter, there was a lot of publication, there was a lot of media talk about, they had met, and because people weren't there, and so they would like to have an alternate so that they can, regularly have a quorum so they can have their meeting. Because it doesn't take but a couple people that can't make it and they don't have a quorum. So the request was that all the positions have an alternate identified, and that alternate would then be, like Sandy would, let's say that.
If I get sick and I can't make it to a meeting, I'd call you and say, hey, can you cover for me for this meeting?
Right.
I see.
And so they've asked the towns and the different groups that represent on the Board of Zoning Appeals to identify alternates. So we've been talking about it for a couple months now.
How much interaction per se is there?
Not a whole lot. I don't sit, I'm not the president or the secretary, then I just, on my head, we vote.
Do
Do they ask questions for your opinions?
No, not really. Like actually Thursday, we're having a meeting, so if you want to come and sit and watch some of it and see how it goes, you're more than welcome to. No, it's more you're listening and you ask questions of them, and if you have an opinion, there's usually a talk amongst the board about whatever we're voting on at that time, when we discuss things, or you can sit there and be very quiet and just cast your vote.
So, it's things like, hey, this is zoned R 1.0, and this person wants to have he wants an exception, zoning exception, or exception to a setback rule or something like that they have. That's a lot of what they have are things that say, oh, the regulations say you can't have a fence that extends beyond the front of the house. It has to start, if it does, it has to be a low profile fence, and some people
So
say,
you are a representative that casts votes on different
yes,
things, okay.
she's a voting member of the BZA.
I'll come and check it out on Thursday.
Is it the Commissioner's Court in the annex? Or is
Yes, it's that, when you come in the
it's the
front
big
door.
room, right when you go into the annex building,
Okay.
the big room on the right, in the annex, the nice building.
Maybe I'll right over there with you.
You could, I usually go straight from work,
Oh, okay.
yeah. It starts at 6:30, and
So in the annex building, I'm typically coming in from the west side, that west entrance, where that's the second one.
So it's not in the courthouse.
Right, it's not.
The annex,
Is
Yeah.
the
the
door,
annex,
that's-
coming in from the west side,
Yeah.
walk in, right there on the right, big room.
front door.
it's the
First room, it's the first door on there.
Yeah.
That's where we pay our
Okay.
taxes.
Yeah.
Well, but the room is where.
Yeah,
The
you'll
first
see
time
it.
in there, looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see, it. They got glass doors.
Surveyors in
You can see
there.
the people in the back.
Okay. Here.
Well, check it out,
Need one for BZA too.
that is
It's
BZA.
easier.
And you want to play,
Oh, Street, or, planning commission, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
Can that be the same person?
it cannot,
It can't be any of us.
and it can't be us.
Yeah, it can't be the same person. So,
I'll stop in and check it out.
we can make Darren a property owner.
Yeah.
To be a property owner?
Well, check it out and see what you think. And, the thousands of dollars that Sandy gets for each meeting, she would gladly pass it on to you.
I wish.
Yeah. Okay, all right. Planning commission report, like I said, I don't have anything. There was a lot of activity with the planning commission, the last couple months about the park that was, donated land from Nine Star that off of, west of Sugar Creek, north of 100 south of the Pensy Trail.
Right there off the bridge.
Yeah, right there off that bridge there. So, there was a public input session, that was pretty well attended by Spring Lake folks. I was happy with that. And there was good commentary, and then, there was a planning commission meeting that I went to, subsequent to that, and there was some good representation there too, from the town, and ultimately, I was glad to see that the commissioners voted to rename the park from what they were originally going to name it, the Nine Star Park at Spring Lake. They decided to name it Nine Star Park at Sugar Creek.
That's another issue as well, where we have a Sugar Creek Park, but that's not our issue.
Yeah, that'll be somebody else's to deal with there. So,
you know
I
where
think
that park's at?
For Sugar Creek Park.
Down Township, Sugar Creek Township Park. Down there.
It's off of 700, isn't it?
between 650 and 700.
Yeah, there's a, yeah.
South of
The only
52.
reason I know about it is because when I was in 8th grade, I had to remulch it, the whole football team did. Community service.
Yeah.
It's a nice park. They have a play area. They got a lot of walking. I think they now have tennis courts up, and I think they had frisbee golf.
Did they talk anything about how the Quincy Trail is gonna go through that part?
There was a map. There was a map identifying how it was gonna go through there.
Is it coming through our?
No, no. It was going from where it stops now, it stops at 300 West right now. But west of the Skillman's house, it's gonna go south and then kind of do this kind of thing and go down to where the parking lot will be. There, so.
They're coming through.
How's it gonna come
Through
through?
between 150 and there.
They have a future plan to bring it there, and on their maps, it says future, 2030 or something like that, they have listed there.
Railroad tracks?
But Mr. Skillman still owns the trestle. He owns the trestle that goes over the creek.
Does he really?
He does.
Because Johnson's owned that at one time. I got an opportunity to buy it at one time.
Yeah, Mr. Skillman owns it now.
Too bad you didn't.
So Mr. Skillman was,
Yeah.
he was at this event, he wasn't very happy about the park. He made a statement to me that he probably would have done something a little bit differently had he known that they were gonna turn it into a park, that he probably wouldn't have sold the property. So, but he owns the trestle, and he's the Parks Department, or whatever, the Trails Group or whatever is trying to negotiate with them on buying it. But he still owns it. They're not giving him a fair value for it, in his opinion.
Ferris,
And he's not interested in selling it.
Ferris was gonna sell it to me for $3,000. The bridge.
I believe that Mr. Skillman got it for less.
That's right.
So,
Liability.
I didn't know you could do that.
You can buy anything, you can even separate the land from the mineral rights too in the deed.
Well, I understand that, but this is a bridge.
It's property.
It's railroad.
Yeah, they're all gonna do it.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
They sold it off because they wanted to reclaim some of the money that they had, so they hit it, and they bought it, and now appreciation value.
so I don't think I have my paperwork. Maybe I do.
Some of that.
I do have the paperwork that shows where they're gonna propose the trail.
They're along there.
You know, it's like a new camping ground for certain individuals. Scared the crap out of me.
Probably not until there's more development, commercial development.
In my shaky, unusual tone of voice, I presented that at that meeting, so who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen?
All they're saying it won't happen. Too far out.
They'll run out of behind Meyer and Walmart this way.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know anybody that feels safe on that trail. I talk to people all the time, that they don't even feel safe doing it in Greenfield. If you think out here, it's gonna be even better.
there's a couple maps in here. It doesn't specifically call the trail. This little corner is Mr. Skillman's property. So they're gonna take the trail west of him and come down here, and then it's gonna kind of do this thing. This is Sugar Creek right here. It's gonna do this thing. They've identified where these so this property is property of the county, but these wellheads are still property of Nine Star, which Nine Star keeps this parcel of land right here for a future water treatment facility. Not waste treatment, water treatment supposedly. So you could look through this packet if you want to. I would like it back. So, but that's the update there. So
Hopefully they'll just take that trail out to 100 and go down 100 with it.
yeah,
Back this way.
That would probably be their smartest decision they've ever made.
It's a smart decision.
Doesn't benefit them.
Well, But yes, I agree, that would be nice.
I don't have anything from Wally. Does anyone have anything from Wally? I don't have anything. Men's Club, do you have anything from the Men's Club, Tony?
We haven't had a meeting.
Okay. Yeah, I figured so. Marion's illness, and
Is he ill? I haven't talked to him.
he's not doing very well, so. That'd be worth giving him a call and talking to him sometime. So, his health is failing. Yeah,
90, I think he's 95.
yeah, I don't know if he's had a birthday this year, but it'll be 95 this year. But anyway, might be worth at least giving him a call, see how he's doing. Okay. Old business, any updates on any of the old business items that anyone has?
I put a couple calls out on, for the bridge. And I resent Wally some information regarding the playground and trying to get grants.
Yep. That's
Did he talk
good.
to you?
Yeah, we've talked a few times about playground equipment, so I don't have a recent update from him. It's probably been a week and a half since we've talked about it.
Yeah, so he called me the other day. I forget what day it was. Actually, I heard from Wally, and I was climbing a lighthouse. And
Did you say a lighthouse?
yeah, we were in Florida. I forgot about mentioning him. But I told him I'd follow up with him later, and I forgot he ended up calling me. But he couldn't remember the dollar amount that you had said for approval for.
30,000.
And I said 30,000.
Yep.
And he thought that he would take that information that I resent him, make some phone calls, and then he said he was going to talk to you again in regards to potentially looking, instead of, he didn't feel like 30,000 would be enough to do what needed to be done, and maybe if it took a little longer to look at grants this year, maybe try to do all that this year and then put it into action next year. I said, I thought that was a pretty good plan.
Yeah, and then we could also maybe increase that a little bit.
Yeah.
If we have a good plan. I don't want to do it if we don't have the plan.
Right, exactly. And then I also had sent David the updates on the signage. He had a couple contacts as well, but all that signage was created and is still created at Signorama here in Greenfield, which matches the county signage. So,
Old signage that was created or new sign, like new
new stuff.
with the graphics or the?
Not with my stuff on it, correct?
No,
Okay,
this is stuff that
yeah.
Amy and myself
Yeah, that's right. Okay,
did, and it's all still, it should match the street poles,
Yeah.
all of that stuff, and the signage, the large signage that would sit, where you could see it coming this way if you were coming through the lake, or the lake. All of that information is sitting, is there. And then I also, I don't know if I sent this to you, Bill, or not, but I went to the community crossing, not community crossings, the county, that one, foundation, community foundation. And I did find out that, yes, we could get a $1,000 grant for anything regarding a flagpole or structure of a flagpole that we wanted. That is eligible, and I just never, life happened, and I never got that application.
I think we've had too many grants in the past. I know one of them was we replaced the big valve on the dam with a mini grant that we got
That was from backyard.
from the communication. The upper one, not the lower valve. The lower valve, bless somebody's heart if they ever have to turn that.
Yeah.
It won't hurt, so. But anyway, the upper valve.
Maybe.
Yep.
That's the heat.
Yeah. Other than, that's the things that I have done. So,
I have no update at this time.
Okay. All right, well, let's keep chipping away at them.
30,000, that was for the signs.
No, for the playground equipment, we're looking at maybe some of that playground equipment's starting to get some oxidation concerns and,
Age out.
you know, that at least maybe the hardware needs to be exchanged out if we're gonna keep that, but we looked at maybe getting rid of some of it, the old big metal stuff, and maybe getting something a little more. You know, we've got the young kids thing down here, that's more modern equipment, you know, the plastic and the textile stuff, but maybe something that's a little bit, you know, if we're just looking at it. We've had money set aside in the budget for a while to put into playground equipment, and really all we've done is mulch it. You know, we haven't done much else, so looking at maybe renewing some of that.
We have those old quotes for the kitchen remodel, we have that. I think there might be some old quotes on the basement updates. Those quotes on the signage should be in those emails.
Yep.
And then, the new benches and playground equipment, but the new benches, there's that, and I think that you said you were gonna talk to, who's your neighbor, what's his name, I can't think of his name. Works for the Parks Department,
Oh, Mike.
Mike, Mike Keymark,
Yeah, they've got a lot of
resources.
options there too, so we won't have any problem. We just need to decide and go on that stuff.
Yeah.
So,
And then I think the dam is still kind of idle at this point.
Yep.
As we build funding. And, yeah, we just need to work on another planning commission person.
okay. All right, new business?
Took a walk the other day with Annabelle, her being vet med. Did spot possibly some blue-green algae, which does kill dogs and cats. It's a kidney killer. She can't confirm it without another microscope, so just make sure our animals aren't drinking out of the lake right now.
Yep, aquatic control, I can't remember, I think they start in April, I think?
Okay, so next month.
I think so. Yeah, and they'll come every week.
Yeah.
And they
They do great.
Yeah, we just gotta get them started. I think this start and stop with the warm weather is kind of just jacking with some things. It's jacking with trees, it's jacking with plants and so forth. So I think they start in
They do.
April, but
This should be-
okay. So yeah, we signed a contract last month on that. So hopefully that'll be under control very quickly. We need to start we need to start that. Do you have that startup sequence? I can send it to you.
Also,
Okay.
we talked about pausing for adding fish. Do we want to do that this year?
I think we're gonna wait.
Okay.
I think we're gonna wait. We need to make sure that, you know, it could be that there's a circuit breaker trip down here for the aerator. So, you know, if you plug them in and nothing happens, you push the button, nothing happens out there, then maybe go and check that out. So if you can start that up whenever, you know, if you've got a couple more cold days, and then, you know, I think today's kind of an anomaly, so hopefully it's warm from here on out. I think you can go ahead and start that whenever you want. I think it's either a 5 or 7 day routine that you got to do. The first day is on for like an hour or on for 30 minutes or something like that. Yeah. So, but it's important to follow that routine because of the compressors, and yeah. So, if we have any problems, we can maybe this year we'll relocate a couple of those we talked about. Maybe pulling a couple of those into the big lake, moving the ones from down here.
I am I'm against that, but it's just me moving them down that way.
Okay.
I thought that's what they said, they couldn't move the existing ones, but they could add.
Oh, really?
Because if they moved them, then it would
Then having Roy pull one out of the water and unclog it.
no, I don't think he pulled it out of the water. I think that, isn't there
I
like
used his
a,
verbiage.
I don't recall that because it's been a couple years, but anyway, I thought that you could reach into them and clean them out, or they had some type of filtration down assembly that you could.
I don't know. I mean, we could certainly have that company come out and do a PM on them, you know, on the aerators and stuff, because I know one of them's pretty weak. It was when we shut it down last year.
I think we should do that because
One of them was weak, so. Okay, well, let's get them fired up and then we'll see what they look like, and we can certainly get them out here to do a once
The
through.
company that did that.
PIP,
Yeah. It's called,
Can't remember.
Aquatic,
Quality control.
no, Aquatic Control is who does the lake, sampling. Hoosier something.
Yeah, you're right, Hoosier something.
I've got the contact.
Hoosier Aquatic.
Might be,
I'll have to look back through invoices. I do have something that I want to bring up. We've got that. I did find the email as well regarding the park. After we had that meeting, I didn't know if we needed to walk around like we did regarding the wells and see about having residents sign the petition, not being in support of that to present, or whether that's just a moot point at this time. Not being in support of the town, not being in support of the park being added across the creek.
it's
I thought you were talking
probably already a moot point now.
well, it's going to go back to the planning commission
They,
in May.
they have to decide that it's
April, maybe?
not official.
I can't remember, see, I have it in my calendar.
across the creek, this park, Kevin?
The new one that's being put in, across the creek, yeah.
And then coming across,
No, I think they're just talking about location across.
They're,
So,
it's not 100% approved. They got a lot of things put together, they got a lot of things put down. It's going back in May for more approval.
a petition against.
I guess, yes. I'm sorry, I should have clarified that. But the trailer park on 40,
Right there,
what is the name of that?
Philly Estates.
Philly Estates, thank you. Philly Estates, they have a petition started, and if we wanted to join or have our own independent petition, we could do that.
So their petition was regarding, they wanted, out, you know, like, something about hours. It's in their petition's on the back of that deck there. They talked about, they wanted a berm, you know, an earthen berm or something like that, a vegetation berm up. They were worried about noise. They didn't want, they wanted certain things to not be in there, and they wanted certain things to be in there. They were against the park.
No, but I think that they had,
Can I see that?
Say, if it's affiliated with Disney Trail, then that's developed.
I think the points that that at least that they're striving at, knowing that if we can't stop the park, at least we need to try to have some strong parameters on what can and can't be in there.
Definitely does not need to be open 24/7.
And that was one of the things, to open 24/7, and who's gonna police it, and how safe would it be? And what kind of vagrancy are you gonna get in there, and who is gonna police it? And then, is it gonna be lighted if it was open 24/7? Because you're gonna have it as a stargazing. They don't even have the perimeters established of what they want the lake to be in order to set this.
Yes.
You know, they wanted an amphitheater, possibly. If they're gonna have an amphitheater, then that was a noise thing. I think that they've got some strong, valid points that we need to, you know,
It says use it as a nature park with walking, biking trails, and picnic ground. It says there may be playground areas. in combination with commitment 1 and/or 2, sports facilities such as basketball, tennis, or pickleball courts. They're saying they want to see that in there. So long as there is no outdoor lighting for nighttime use of the sports facilities and no loudspeakers.
They can't control loudspeakers.
They want a development plan be presented which designs motor vehicle ingress and egress into the park to prevent vehicle lights from shining into residential areas if evening use of the park is permitted. In order to control noise pollution, no musical performances, outdoor movies, or other entertainment or other use will require loudspeakers or amplifiers to be permitted. Buffer yards should be required in all areas which are in sight line of the current residences or areas currently zoned for residential use. We suggest that buffer yards be a combination of fence, earth, and berm, and evergreen and deciduous trees to appropriately screen the residential areas. Finally, as an additional way to protect the residents from disruption, we request that a condition limiting the use of park to 15 minutes after dawn and closing 15 minutes before dusk, or easier for enforcement purposes, limit the use to 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. That's their petition. So,
I
Right,
agree with that.
I
A lot
mean,
of that.
you know,
yeah, we could modify our own, I mean, but I
my
think,
argument was, don't rezone it to institutional. Leave it as R1, because institutional allows all those things. Institution, they could put an airport in there if they wanted, if it's institutional.
Yeah, I didn't understand why they were rezoning.
You can put an airport in. You can put an
did
airport.
that come across?
Institutional is
No.
permitted.
I got the letter.
An animal shelter would require a special exception there. They could put a church in there.
That's
They
what
could
they're
put a
trying to
cemetery
do
in
is
there.
rezone it.
Yeah, like those are-
So it
You
has to
could
come
put a
across
funeral
you
home in
guys.
there if it's institutional.
Why?
If it's R1.1, if they wanted a park, they would have to have a special exception, which would go to the BZA for a special exception. So it would get re-reviewed. If they approve of the zoning to institutional, all of that stuff is permitted. So-
Can you guys see in the area?
Oh, yeah, they've already got a road up to Sugar Creek with gravel. Oh, just, you know, not, how far down there? What, behind Maynard's maybe? And Carol Maynard, she's had surgery, and she had surgery,
A park
and she had kind of a
It's
health issue
permitted.
pop up when she had surgery, or
at
she would be
R1.0, which is
at these
currently
meetings and would be at those meetings
zoned
too.
S, which is special
I
exception.
need to keep her updated.
So that has to go to the
But I think
BZA.
that we need to make everyone in the way aware of what's going on, because I guarantee you, not everybody is aware.
No, the zoning thing kind of confused me too. It sounded like they were trying to rezone some of our streets.
They can't touch our streets.
Well, I mean, because it was like they were using Beach Street.
It's,
All they're doing is describing the location of the property.
Isn't it everything in just on that side of the creek?
Yes.
Okay, I'm like, why were they even mentioning Beach Street? I mean, it's like,
sports stars.
Right,
yes, just,
yeah, we got a letter, you got a letter,
I got
Dick,
it.
you got a letter, Phelps has got a letter, Clark's has got a letter,
I think if you're in a certain
Bowden
footage of it, you
Mhm.
get a letter.
received a letter. There were several that received letters. We had a good turnout at the meeting. Posey had a good turnout at the meeting, the educational meeting, what they would like to see. So there's several that are against the park being put there for it.
I'm more against the Quincy Trail than I am the park.
I'm against the park more than I am the Quincy Trail. It's funny that you say that, because I think the park will bring,
Quincy Trail's not going right next to your house.
the park is going right next to my house.
Well, I mean, I'm not thrilled about the
Yeah.
park, but if I had to take one evil over the other, I'd take the park over the trail.
Kayaking, they're gonna want kayaking.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yes, the kayaking in Sugar Creek. No, it's not, and it's not even, permitted as a,
The DNR has labeled Sugar Creek in that area as a non-navigable waterway. It does not make any sense to have anybody kayak in there because it's only about 3 to 4 inches deep in the summer. And when it floods, it floods. Like you will get caught in the rapids and you will drown. It doesn't make any sense. and they want to call it a nature preserve. It's like, okay, you want to call it a nature preserve, but you're digging up the ground and you're laying down gravel and you're tearing up all these trees and everything. Okay, well that doesn't make any sense.
Leave it alone.
Yeah, it's like, and doesn't make any sense.
And fishing.
But yeah, they had this dark sky thing. That doesn't make any sense either because there's not even a certified dark sky out there. I mean, I think the nearest one to Indiana is like somewhere in Turkey Run where it's like 10 to 20 miles away from the nearest houses. I mean, you have new houses being put in over there on, I think it's 400 or something like
No,
that.
you got new housing going on right next to it. There's a new
Yeah.
subdivision.
Yeah, so you have all this.
Brings those property values up. That
Yeah.
part goes up.
Yeah, I mean, so you have all this light pollution too. So I mean, that kind of debuffs that point. It doesn't make. I don't know. I think it's just.
Probably just throwing a bunch of stuff out there just to help.
Seen mistakes.
Promote, you know.
Something, to get something that they can settle
Yeah,
on.
that's what people.
What's
like.
the first property that the county owns to make a park? It's the first county-owned property for a park.
Because when I think of that, I think of that Thornwood down there off of Morristown Pike, like just recently.
Thornwood Preserve.
Which that may well have been maybe by.
It was by Herb and Judy Brown.
You know, the Navy has a wood preserve in Indiana, and they manage the forest down in, do you know that?
In the Hoosier National Forest.
I knew that.
All of the wood that is to repair the USS Constitution comes from Indiana.
But the county bought that piece of property.
It was donated to them by Nine Star.
For a tax break. And Nine Stars developing it, right?
No,
Nine Stars, no, the county's developing it.
Yeah, it's like the future plans in Nine Star as part of the treatment plant. That's one thing that scares me more than anything.
But yeah.
Yeah, I'm worried about when they actually do kick on those wells. They haven't kicked them on yet.
and they were gonna add two more
wells?
Yeah.
2 more wells, 2 wells. I think,
Should we stop them?
well,
We're on
I think that,
trying to.
yeah, I think if we get enough conversation going with the town residents, and everyone becomes aware, because it is going to jeopardize the integrity of the lake, one way or the other, it will do that.
And they've already offered as a solution to put in a outpipe to the lake if it does affect the lake. And they'll charge us for it. And they brought that up as a remedy.
And they're gonna charge us for it?
Yeah.
Keep it full.
I don't,
They did say they were going, if that was a remedy that they were willing to do.
That's something Bill mentioned.
Yeah. I think somebody brought it up and
so
says.
we put it in the letter from the lawyer to Nine Star,
Oh.
the concern about the viability of the lake. But, I mean, there's no agreement. And that's what, at least that letter started them negotiating with the residents to try and get some of the people some reimbursement for the damage.
Gotcha.
So,
Yeah, 'cause they're gonna kick those wells on again, and they really start getting serious about pulling from those wells. We're all in
Exactly,
trouble.
we're gonna feel it.
They're
And
gonna add 2 more. They're gonna dry all of us out.
To be devil's advocate, we do sit on the biggest aqueduct.
That's bull crap. There's only so much water you can put in an aqueduct.
That's not true.
Everybody is pulling from it. It's gonna go.
Well,
because they have the water towers going over here.
They're gonna put another water tower, like a 750,000 gallon over there right next to the one that got.
Right. And then they wanna put, the wells, additional, I mean,
But they're gonna pull from the wells to fill
okay. Water tower is a whole other issue. Water tower's got nothing to do with the well. But moving on.
but they're gonna fill it.
Okay, that's fine. That's filling them. The problem is the wells, not the.
yeah, I think one of the things that we need more is we need more ears to the ground on what's going on. I think that's where having our representatives on these committees that have to see things when things are moving or changing or whatever, I think that's very important. And then, you know, there's a lot of misinformation that's out there, and I want to caution against that. You know, there's people that are posting on social media and so forth about things that just are completely not true. But, you know, we've got to be organized and we need to be informed. And the only way we can do that is to try and go to our meetings that we can, the meetings for the county, and be aware of the changes that are taking place. So, you know, there's a master plan that's been filed with the Indiana Utility Regulatory Commission about water and sewage for Hancock County. And, you know, we need to take good care of our septic tanks, because if your septic tank fails and you have to go get a permit to have another septic tank put in Spring Lake, you probably won't get a permit from the county. And so then, what do? Then you're kind of forced into, well, I need somebody to take my septic, and Nine Star is going to be right there ready for that. And, you know, the same thing. If your well dries up and you need to have another well put in, then, you know, I'm sure that they'll be happy to. Part of the long-term plan is Spring Lake, is to provide water and sewage treatment for Spring Lake. It's in writing. It's filed with the Indiana Regulatory Commission 5 years ago or something like that. It was filed. So,
Well, you have to get a permit from the county to get a septic tank put in.
Yes,
the septic tank, yes.
unless you do it yourself.
Well, you gotta have permit.
Yeah.
Not if you do
They
it
have to
yourself.
inspect.
To do it legally.
The dude,
Yeah,
Septic, so.
As long as you do it
Yeah.
yourself, as long as you put the dirt that you dig up, that it's in a different area and it's not going backward, you can do it yourself.
But, you know, we need to keep, you know, if your neighbor's leaching out, then, you know, the best thing to do would be to work with your neighbor. Don't call the county. County's gonna come in and condemn a septic system, and then a person's out of luck. So, you know, we need to stick together. So, I don't want someone to pump the water out from under my house and sell it to me when I'm using it for free
Absolutely
right now.
not, yeah.
So,
I don't want another bill that's gonna probably be, yeah, in my house is gonna be over probably $150, $200 to buy water.
easily.
Yeah. And no way. So that's my question. Do we want to try to educate the town, or do we not want to try and educate the town to make them aware? I mean, it's a half dozen one, half dozen the other, but I think for the most part, just like with the wells, you're gonna have the positive support against that, because how all that could spin out. Because the more that we have show up, I think it's gonna be probably positive.
do we make flyers then?
No, I'm trying to get a general opinion of what you three think, that do we need to do that?
Like put out flyers.
Are we talking specifically now about Nine Star and the future wastewater thing, or the park?
Both, everything, because it's all coming. One way or the other is coming. So if, you know, if they put more wells in, more people are gonna end up losing their well water. I mean, when they put those deep wells in, you know it's gonna affect other people's wells. It's just going to.
But you have to watch explaining the end possible end result by possibly then sounding conspiratorial. If you go send out flyers, trying to make people aware of that, then you're walking the fine line.
Well,
Yeah.
my message would be to people that are not aware that there are future changes coming to the county, that it would behoove them to participate in the county meetings, to be informed independently themselves rather than have it be hearsay of what's going on, and take interest in what's going on, especially since we don't know what the future is going to involve. We don't know who it's going to affect, if it's going to affect anybody at all or everybody, you know. to be engaged, and this is a time to be engaged and to take it to the county, just like the baseball diamonds. I mean, it was here, but maybe here is not where we need to be, and is to have a public awareness of what's going on at the county level, not here. You know, that's my thing. I don't want anyone to form an opinion based on what my thoughts are, my personal feelings. Just like Sandy said, you know, she has something different and I have something different. I mean, but then it's the same. It doesn't matter. I mean, the Pincy Trail comes that way, it's the same. And at the waterway, you're almost gonna be double dipped. I mean, that's the big one. I mean, we got people that, you know, we allow to hunt in our little bitty woods, and I don't want somebody shot across the creek accidentally, and I don't want, you know, I mean, I don't want that taken away from us as a landowner. They've already taken enough away. They've already changed the dynamics of our property already without even asking. They changed the fact that we went from farmland in some area to, because they can get higher taxes from us, and I'm battling with them now to get it reverted back to farmland. And then they changed our property from being 3 lots to 1 lot. I'm battling with them now.
Did they really?
Yes, I have to show them where it was originally 3 different lots.
See, now, I'm trying to get lots put together so that I just get one tax bill, and they act like they want to.
They didn't even ask us, Tony, they just did it.
Well, that's what, yeah,
And they did it because,
just because it benefited us.
well, if you look at this map and you look where we're positioned at on Sugar Creek and where that is all going, it all makes sense. If they change that from farmland, it allows the DNR to change the waterway in Sugar Creek. And I'm like, wait a minute, what? When did it, wait? And so I had to go back through all of our records and documents, and I'm gonna go back over there and say,